What's going on, guys? Venny here, bringing you my 30-0 custom tactics. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail, like when I use certain tactics against certain people. Just go over like basically all the. I got I think 3 or 4 different tactics set up, but I'll quickly go over so you can actually see. As you see at the bottom of the screen, it says total 30 wins, total played 30 matches. I think I finished 35th. It's crazy how many people are hitting 30s on PlayStation, man. Look at this. 46 people hit 30. It's crazy times. But we're going to go over my team. As you see, my team's obviously unreal compared to what most people are going to be watching this video. Your team isn't going to be this, but if it is, nice, you can probably do what I'm doing. If not, you're going to have to try and figure out certain players to replace, obviously. But that's something what I might bring to this channel over the next coming weeks. I might start doing a few little cheaper teams, what people can do to try and get the best results they can with the coins they've got. But we're going to go into the custom tactics. We're going to start with the 4-2-3-1. This is the formation I always start my games with. I always go ultra attacking, which is the set formation for 4-2-3-1. I just like to fill out the game with it. If I feel like this is the best formation for me against people who are just the top players. I can hold the ball with it. I can go quick. It all depends how I want to play against these players. But as you see, I'm using pressure on heavy touch. As I mentioned in my previous 4-2-3-1 video, I use this because I like my team to be very structured and they seem to be ready to pounce when it's a bad touch. And on this FIFA, a bad touch happens so often. I feel like my team's like a pack of wolves, honestly, as soon as there's a bad touch. But if you don't like to sit back and wait for the opportunity to get the ball and you just want to get that ball, as press after possession loss is really good. Constant pressure, it's actually really rewarding to use actually this year. It's not actually a downfall really. The stamina doesn't actually seem to be that much of an issue compared to the other ones. But I would say you can use these custom tactics, but they're not going to get you wins. So make sure you always go for certain tactics what suit you better. Because I know a lot of pros are using balance and drop back at the moment. Just to get the hang of the game, to figure out how they want. Balance is really good because you can just basically decide what you want to do. But as you see, my width is in the middle. I don't want it to be too wide, too narrow. I just like it just dead on central. My depth is 3. I just like I like to defend deep. It's really weird. I like to press in their final third as soon as I lose that ball. But as soon as they win that back and they're on the attack, I try and get as many people behind the ball and defend in my own half. I don't mind defending my own half because I keep composed. It's something what a lot of people struggle on, is keeping composed and finding the right time to get the ball. Offensive style, balanced. As I've mentioned, it's just you get a bit of everything. You're not too everyone's so close to you in possession. You're not fast builder. Not everyone's forward. What else we got? Long ball. Never really tried it, to be honest with you. Might be good for at the end of the games when somebody's putting pressure on you. You could just knock the ball over the top. But yeah, for me, balance is the way to go. Width 5. As I said, I just like to keep my team bit of everything, bit close, bit wide. It all depends how I want to play. Players in the box 4. I don't really. What I want with my team, I want my free cams and my striker to be the ones who attack. I don't really want my CDMs to really be that much involved. But if they are there, they are there. You got to use them if they're there. Corners on 2 and 2. Just basically, I don't want to be countered, so I just have them quite low. Corners are overpowered anyway, so it doesn't really matter how many people you have in the box. But if you want, you can actually probably put more people and might get more chance of actually getting a goal. As you see, this is how my team's set up in the 4-2-3-1. We've got Ronaldo up top, George Best, Neymar, Mbappe. As you saw in the previous screen, it's a crazy team. The tactics have changed though. The tactics what I did make in the 4-2-3-1 video does work, 100%. It does work. That's what I have been using for the last 2 weeks. But because of the qualifications this weekend in the Foot Champs, I changed up my plan because I wanted to play a little bit more slower and more smart, basically. Because a weekend league you sort of blitz people. You don't really matter if you lose the ball. But this, I feel like I needed to keep the ball and I wanted to stretch people. So on my striker, I put in getting behind. Basically, I want him to make sure he's pushing their backline deep. So I get the space in my cams to do what I want, basically, and make chances. All my cams are unbalanced. that's changed from the previous video. I did have getting the bots, but I just think because sometimes they can stay on the bots, and we all know time finesses are crazy this year. So if you do get the opportunity, you can score them basically with these players. CDM's on the same thing though. Cut pass and stay back and cover centre. Stay back on everyone. But yeah, that is my just go-to formation. 4-2-3-1. That's what I always start with. But it all depends who we're playing, as I mentioned before. If you're playing somebody who maybe is not that good and you want to just pile on the pressure and just squeeze and play like really tight football, you either use like the narrow formation, the 4-1-2-1-2 or the 4-3-1-2. But I actually prefer to use the 4-2-2-2 for this, because I really like having the width sometimes, but also like having the two strikers. I think width's really important. Wing play is always good on this FIFA, it seems. Same tactics, so in defensive style. I don't like changing that up too much, because I want my team, like, no matter how I change it, it's staying consistent unless I need to get goals. Then I just basically pause it and change it and basically just whack up the depth and whatnot, and so on. The style for this one is possession though, and the width is down to 3. Basically, I want tight 1-2 football. That's what I'm basically aiming for with this formation. Trying to build in a load of the players in the attack. The left back, the right back sometimes join in. I have one of my CDMs on balance, which I'll go over in a second. As you see, my player in the box is a lot higher than usual compared to the other formations. It's actually at, I think, 6 this is. Basically have that because I want one of my CDMs, or both my CDMs even, to help in with this formation, just to close up the gap, because sometimes 4-2-2-2 you sort of got like a line of 4, and you do need them CDMs to sort of just push up a little, give you another option. But yeah, that's the 4-2-2-2 setup. I'm using George Best up top. You could either put him cam or whatever if you do have this team, but I doubt many of you do have this team. We'll go over the player instructions. Ronaldo and George Best are both on balance. I don't want them to be doing, like I said before in the 4-2-3-1, I don't want them to stretch them. I just want them to give me a option to feet. My cams are getting the bots. Basically, I want them to be able to overlap these guys if they're holding the ball up, especially that's what I like using Ronaldo for, to like hold up the ball and then like have these guys just peel off him and just run into the bots, make them move basically. With the CDMs, I actually do have stay back. I didn't think I must have changed that, but I have stay back on Petit and cover centre, and stay back on Cduff and cover centre. But I thought I was using. Obviously, maybe I don't need to use it with getting with so many people getting the bots on this tactic. But Cduff, I use him a lot in this formation to push the ball forward. He's very good. He's got the 4-star skills. He's just powerful. He can drive the ball forward. He's a bit like a smaller Pogba. Like basically like Kante but can attack. That's what I basically describe him as. Stay back on the right back and left back, but you can't, like as I said, if you want to squeeze people and you want to like press high, you put these guys on balance. These guys start attacking more, giving you another option. Put this guy unbalanced, and then you got a real attacking formation with this one. Personally, I go with stay back and that because I do prefer to not concede. Like as people say, if you don't concede, you don't lose. So that is like always my mindset. But I use that formation, especially against like the people you can beat, because you've got so many options for the time finesse with this. Because there's like all these front four basically always giving you a different run and giving you a different option. This formation is really good against them people who are not very good at FIFA basically. You can easily just destroy them. 4-4-2, I believe it now is. Yeah, the second variation. This one is a very similar mindset to why I'm using the 4-2-2-2. Exactly the same, but instead with this one, I want a bit more width. This is my only thing. Sometimes with the 4-2-2-2, it's a little bit too tight. Sorry, excuse me. We go for the 4-4-2 if we want that width. So same thing as pressure and heavy touch, defensive style, balance and attack. Mainly because with balance, I feel like the right mid and left mid push on more. If they don't push, if you have it on possession, they just basically go up way too much for my liking anyway. Playing the bots at 4, as I said. Sorry. With the 4-2-3-1, it's the same sort of mindset. I don't want them CDMs helping. I got enough attackers basically. But yeah, instructions balanced, but stay forward on these guys. To just like this one's to stretch people for sure, especially because you want these guys to overlap them runs. Sorry, fucking hell, got a bit of a cough coming. Stay back on right back and left back. Cut back, cut past and stay back and cover centre on the CDMs. Basically, very simple. Just the same idea as the 4-2-2 with this one, but just a little bit wider. But the main thing is when you're winning the game and you got like 5-10 minutes and you need to hold out the game, you always need that defensive formation. Obviously, sometimes you don't want to change up that formation because if you're, say, with 4-2-3-1, I can still defend pretty well with it. And I can counter with this formation. But with the 4-3-3-3 defensive, which is my defensive formation, sometimes my counter play isn't that good. You have to take your time a little bit. But same tactics in defence, but the only thing different this time is defensive style. We've gotten drop back. As I said, we're trying to pile that bus. We're trying to do the Jose Mourinho, you know. We ain't letting them through. Offensive style, possession, width 5, and player in the box 3. Basically, I'm not trying to get these people to push up. That's not my interest. I'm interested to hold that ball, not let them see it, basically. We turn into, like, in defence, we're like, we're Man United. We're holding that back line. Cheers, Jose Mourinho, you know. We've got banks of 4. Actually, I think it wouldn't even be a bank of 4. It's like a bank of 4 and a 3 and a 3. Because I got, like, the attackers to come back as well. But in attack, we're trying to be like the prime Barca, you know. We're trying to pass it around, not let them see it, open up a chance. Especially with the 4-3-3, with the wingers, they do make really nice runs. But going to instructions, we got come back on defense on the wingers, I believe. Yep. Basically, I just want them to come back. Let's get the support going. You know, as I said, we're parking the bus, target man, and come back on defense on the striker. This is only. I would only say put target man if you've got a big guy up top, because if you've got target man on like maybe like an Mbappe, he isn't going to win them headers. He isn't going to do that target man role. But with Ronaldo, basically Ronaldo does everything. He can do what you want. So yeah, come back on defense with him. Stay back, cover centre on the centre mid. Cut pass, stay back, cover centre. Cut pass, stay back, cover centre. Very simple. Basically, just, as I said, parking that bus. We ain't letting them see the ball. But yeah, this will be it for my custom tactic video. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the comments and I can reply. I'm always active, basically. So yeah, that'll be everything for this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and peace.